Hi everyone, Ginette Biro here. I'm a medium and a channeler. And I had another great question from someone, which was, when someone is in a coma, can they hear you? Can their higher self hear you? Can their soul hear you? Should we speak when we are at their bedside? All that kind of stuff. Beautiful question. So I really appreciate you asking it. So easiest way is absolutely yes. It's interesting enough that even scientifically they've known that sound, hearing, is one of the last things to go, one of the last things to leave. So the things that you speak to your loved one while they're in a coma, whether they do come back to us in 3D life or they decide to depart 3D life, they do hear you. So the words spoken at the bedside are really impactful. Whether those words are encouragement for them to come back or whether those words are encouragement that it is okay for them to release, that's a really powerful time to be present with them. They may not be able to respond, but even in many cases where people have spoken about, being in a coma, many people talk about the fact that they could hear what was going on. Now, a step above that would be the higher self. So when someone is in a coma, more of their spirit is connected to their higher self. They're kind of in that in between. And in that space, their higher self is very, very present with the body, and they can hear a lot of what you're saying too. So you can also, if you can't be at the bedside with somebody, say you're a long ways away from them, but they're in that in-between state, you can connect into their higher self. So you can have a conversation either in meditation, even while you're washing dishes or doing something kind of like that. You can have a conversation in which you connect to their higher self. Now, some people will say, how do you connect to your higher self? It's simply setting an intent to do so. And that can be as easy as, say John Smith, I don't know John Smith, but say John Smith, metaphorical person in this case, is in a coma and you can't be there. You can either in your mind or out loud say, I would like to connect to the higher self of John Smith. And you imagine John Smith coming forward. And then you have your conversation, because even if you feel like you're making it up, your words are being sent out into the ethers, into the energetics, and will reach their higher self. And the beautiful thing is their higher self will know that and actually be present with you, whether you can tangibly feel it or not. So all of that to say, those times when someone is in that in-between space, in a coma, heavily medicated, whatever that may be, you have the ability to speak to them both verbally and also to their higher self. And that makes a big difference. The amount of spirits I've talked to that have said they could hear the words of love and compassion and care from their family, which allowed them to cross over with ease, or allowed them to feel like they should fight hard to come back and make it happen. That was really impactful. So just remember that if you are in that situation, your words matter, your heart matters. Those moments are beautiful, sacred, tender moments for you to be present in. So I hope that helps you guys. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And if you're wanting to dive into more of your own spiritual practice, do check out avalonspirit.com for more.